Hi and welcome back to Crafted by Norma. Today we're going to have a go at utilising some of these really large 76mm paper clips that I was given by my granddaughter. And a crafting buddy, Linda, gave me an idea to utilise them. And from her idea I've gone and made this little folio, I suppose it would be, out of an A4 piece of craft paper. So I'll just explain how this works. So first off, we've got just a little tab there which holds this down, and that pops out like so, with some journaling page there. This drops down and we've got more journaling page there. And then we open it out and I've just got some coffee stain paper there to journal in. This drops down and then we've got a corner pocket there to hold some bits and pieces in. And then we can open this out and we've got a pocket there, and we've got a small envelope here where I've gone and left some space there to put a little pocket. And then I've gone and put my paper clip in. And Linda's idea was to actually make a little hole and pop the paper clip in so it pops out the other side. Like so. So you've got two areas where the paper clip will actually hold onto either paper, embellishment or whatever that you like. And I thought it was such a brilliant idea, I would utilise her idea and make this little folio. So this is what we're going to have a go at doing. So first off, I'm going to put this on one side. We're going to want to measure the card. Now roughly about 2/3 of the way in, roughly, I want to be. So if we say about there. Okay, now if you want to, you could use a scoring board. My scoring board is in my outside studio, and at this moment in time I can't get into my outside studio because my son has taken it over to do some lights, and I just can't get to any of my stuff as we speak. So once we've done that, I want to turn that over to there, like so, and score that down. Now you'll notice that I've left a little tiny gap there, which is slightly smaller than the other side. Okay, so once we've done that, we open it out, and we're going to want to fold this up to, again, about roughly 1/3. Making sure it's all nice and straight, and score it down like so. Okay, lovely jubbly. So getting our original one out, and I'm just going to mark here where my cut lines are. So I've got a line running down there, and I've also got a line running across there. Okay, so what I've gone and done, on the left hand score at the bottom, I'm going to cut that to the fold, and I'm also just going to trim this off just a little bit more, like so, and it just gives me a little bit of leeway when we fold like that. So as you can see, we've got just a little tiny bit of leeway there when it folds, so it's not going to be too bulky on the fold. And then I'm going to cut along that fold there. Oops, trying to get my scissors right. Okay, so that folds there. So on the left hand side, you've got your cut coming up to the first bend, and then you're coming along there to this next bend. So you've got an empty space just in there. Okay. And then we're going to turn it over, and that is going to be the one that's going up, which we've now... So the left one there, you've got the fold in and we've got a flip down. And then to the right, what we want is that to fold in there. Do we? Yeah, that folds in there. That's going to fold over to there. That's going to fold over to there. Now that's going to fold over to there, like so, and then flips open. So I'll try and explain that again in a much more sensible way. Okay, so on the right hand side we fold it in. That can fold up, that folds out, and then that folds there, and that folds there, and then we're going to put a clip there which holds that in place, like so, so it doesn't flip open. Okay, hopefully you've got that. So if I number it, it might help, mightn't it? Shall I number it? I'll number it. So at the bottom we've got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 3. So left hand number 1, we fold that one in, and one goes up and folds back. Number 2 folds across to number 3, that folds up across there, and then they fold up like so. We open 2 and 3 up, this one goes on to 3, and 2 flips over to 1. Ta-da! Oh, gosh, that sounded dead easy, didn't it? Right, okay, so next what we want to do is then cover it with paper. Now this takes a little bit of time, so what I'll do is I'll get it covered in paper and take it from there. But when we're covering it with the paper, we want to be mindful of where we want it to be, like you can actually write on it. So let me just think this one through. So we've got that one opens up, that one opens up, that one's open up. This one's journaling card on it. Put JC on it. This one is going to be a little note let on there. This one here is going to have an envelope on it. This one's going to have a bottom this one's going to have the paper clip on there. Turning it over, this one's going to have the clip on it. This one's going to have a corner pocket. This one's going to have writing area. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, and this one is going to have the tag. I think. Yes, there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3 at the bottom. 3 is going to be the notelet. That's got the bottom tag. That one's going to be the clip, and that's going to have the envelope on. And then we flip it over. This is going to be writing area. That's not the notelet. And that's the journaling card. that's got the corner pocket, that's got the flip, and that's got the tag. Okay, so if you just write on your card so you know where you're going to put your bits and pieces on, just remembering that sometimes that when you've got your original, as long as it's just plain paper or you've got lined paper, it doesn't matter if it's upside down. But when it comes to the other bits and pieces, you've just got to do it as it's folded up to remind yourself the fact that which way it goes. Okay, so I'll see you back in a little while. Okay, so what I've gone and done is cut out all the papers that I'm going to need, and some of the embellishments to go on those papers. So we're going to start with the very front pages. So I'm just going to flip these over so we know where we're at. Oops, there we go. So this is the way we're going to do it to make sure that we've got all the papers in the right way. So the first paper I'm going to put down is this one here that flips open. So all I'm going to do is just run some glue. Oops. Just run some glue along the edges there, like so. Just like that. And I'm going to stick that facing me, like so. Just like that. So that is going to be my front cover to the little folio. Okay, and then we're going to flip that this side, and we're going to want this to be just a little journaling page, just like that. So before I put it on, I'm just going to just quickly distress it around the edges, just to give it a bit of an aged look, like so, and pop that down and glue it. Now I find it easier to do it this way, so then I know that all my paper is in the right direction, especially that first piece. Okay, so we're going to slot that down on there, like so. That's great. Then the next piece we're going to put on is going to be the little notelet. That's just coming away there a little bit. Which I'm just going to make from some coffee stain paper, some of the paper that was left over, and I've just folded it and I've sewn that on the sewing machine just to give me some little journaling pages, and I'm going to pop that down like so and glue that down. So we're just going to run some glue along there like so and pop that down, and again it's looking at me, it's looking this way, so we know we've got it in the right direction because we don't want it to be upside down. Okay, and then we're going to flip this over and we're going to put this piece of coffee stain paper just on there like that. So again, it doesn't really matter with this because which way it is, because obviously it's a plain piece of paper, and you can do it with whatever papers that you'd like to do your little set with. So that just goes like that on there. Now I find it much easier if I've pre-cut, to be honest, especially for when I'm showing you how to make this piece. Okay, so then we're going to flop that over. Now on this one, the first piece I'm going to put down is this little tiny piece here, which is the front, and again I'm just going to quickly run some distress ink along the edge there, just to age it just a little bit, and drop that down So once you've got all the bits together, it comes together quite quick. The secret is obviously it's doing the prep beforehand, because I'm sure you didn't want to sit there and just watch me cut out bits of paper. Okay, so that fits onto there, like so. And then we're going to drop that down. And again, we've just got a writing area here. So I'm going to cut that. Now this is just some index card that I've cut down to size. And I have got some coffee stained that I've done, but can I lay my hands on it? No, I can't. Since I've come back from the retreat that I went on with some crafting buddies, I can't find anything. It seems to have got a new home, and I should have really gone around the edges with this before I put it on, but it doesn't really matter. And again, I'm going to do the same with this piece here. Oops. So again, go around the edges. Like so. And glue that one down. And again, you don't have to use the wet glue, but I like to use wet glue. And drop that down, making sure the writing is facing me. There we go. Now this is where it's quite important, this next stage, because I'm going to want to put my little label that keeps everything in its place. So when that's closed, like so, I want to have a little tag there which I can flip open and closed, like that. So I think I'm going to want it to be about there. So I'm just going to mark that with a pen. If I can find my pen. Like so. I'm going to want to move that piece of paper out of the way. Get my big crocodile, and I'm going to want to make a hole in there where my mark is. Like so. So there's my hole. A bit hard to see seeing I've got these dots, but hey ho. And then I'm going to want to find one of my little brabs. And for this, I want a black one. Well, a bronze one would be okay. I'll use that little bronze one for a change, not a black one. There we go. Oh. And I'm going to get that. I'm going to pop that in. Now if you don't do it at this stage, you're going to see the back of the brad. So you have to excuse the state of my nails, but I've been also doing some other distressing work, and it gets in my nails and everywhere. Right, so we've done that, and we're going to cover that up so you can't see it and it's completely hidden. So again, let's just go over the edges here, like so with this paper. And again, you can use whatever coloured card that you want, and you could use whatever papers that you've got to hand. But I'm just trying to make do with what I've actually already printed off, because I've got loads of paper that I've printed off for various journals and bits and bobs, and I just want to use them all up if I can. There, and that settles onto there like that. So you can see that some of the work comes out as upside down, and some of the work is the right way up. So if you do it as you page by page, you should get it to where it wants to be, in actual fact. Now on this page here is the page that we're going to put the envelope. So here's an envelope I made while we was away on the retreat. So I thought I'd use this one, utilise this one. So that is going to go there. And because I want it as a little tuck spot at the same time, I'm just going to glue along there, down there and along there. And then that should be quite secure, and I can put a tag or some other embellishment ephemera or whatever in there. Okay, so I just want to straighten that up so it looks okay. And again, these are quite handy for securing things, these big paper clips, if I'm honest. So they are quite handy. There we go. And that should secure down quite nice. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is this one here, and this one's going to have the corner tag on this corner here. So again, I'm just going to go through with my, see, I've put a corner pocket there to remind me. Just run that down like so. And again, just down like that. And around, catching that corner there. And a little bit in the middle. Like so. And I've already put the piece of paper on a piece of scrap craft card, and again this is the one that's got the pink lines on the back, which I'm not very I'm not really a pinky girl. I like orange and I love black, so pink is not my first choice of colour. Okay, and we're just going to press that down, and we're going to hold that in place for the time being, just with a couple of paper clips. Oops. Like so. And that should hold that down there quite well. Okay, we're rocking and rolling. So we turn this one over. Put that there. Turn this one over, and here I've got down there, I've put bottom, which is that piece is going to go on there, and that is going to be a little bottom pocket there, little tuck, whatever. So again, I'm just going to go around the edges like so. And then I'm just going to lift these off for a minute while I glue, oops, the page again. Like so. There we go. And again, we're going to put this just there like that and have it coming out. So what I might do on this one, which I didn't do on the last one, is just make a little hole there. Now I did treat myself to this little 1/2 inch one, so this is going to be the first time I've used it. So by I am hopefully, there we go. Ah, perfect. And that's going to go in there like that. So again, glue it like so, and again like so. I do like working with craft card. I've got no idea why, but craft card and black card I really like. Okay, and again we're just going to secure that with a couple of paper clips. Oops, go there you think, yeah. There we go. And that should hold that nice and steady. Now with this one, this is where we're going to put our big clip. So I'm going to glue down the paper, but when I'm gluing down the paper I want to make sure that I've got a reasonable amount of glue around this area here where the paper is going to be, where the paper clip goes in, because I don't want to rip the paper. So again, just going around the edges quickly, like so. I'm going to glue around the edge, like I've done all the others. There we go. And then just here, I'm going to make sure that we at least stick down quite well, because this is where we're going to cut, where the paper clip is going to go. Just like that. There. Straighten that off. And we're also going to just turn it over and do the other side and put that paper in as well. And do exactly the same, making sure that we've got quite a bit of glue on that that area there where the paper clip's going to go in. There we go. And again, making sure that the paper is at least looking in the right direction. There we go. Now to put the paper clip in, what I did was get a little tiny piece of scrap paper. Oh. I think I must have thrown my little piece of scrap paper out. So I'll just pick another piece. We're going to want to mark the centre. So that is the centre of the page. When we've got the paper clip in, we're going to put it down to about there, I think. Let's see. Yeah. So it's about 1 inch from the top, I'd say. We're just going to mark a little tiny mark there, so I know. So that's basically centre and about 1 inch or so from the top of the page. And then I'm going to get my cutting board. Now, I know it looks a bit mucky, to say the least, but it does work. Right, so I'm going to make sure that this is straight. So I'm just going to edge it to one of the lines. I've got my mark somewhere. I've now lost it. So I'm halfway in, so there's my mark. And I'm going to want to have a little cut that I know that will go through. So I'm going to use a Stanley knife. Use this little one. Use a Stanley knife, so I'm using my rusty one. And I'm going to want to go about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, either side of there like that, and just score through it until I can feel that it's gone through all the layers, which I think it now has. So we've got a line just like that, as you can see. Take away my rather mucky board. And we're just going to push through like so. So it's near enough centre, which I think it is, and it's straight. Let's just check the other side. Yes, it is. And then just to make sure that that stays secure, what I've done in this one is I've made 2 holes and I've put some rubbing in so we can put one of our danglies on. And the same with this one, I put a little dangly in there and tied it off so we know it's not going to move anywhere. So I'm now going to just make 2 little holes that I can thread my ribbon through. Like so. And I'll get my black ribbon. And I'm going to do it that way. This way, sorry. I'll do it that way. So I'm going to go that way and then through there. Oops. It would help if I could see what I was doing. Go through there. There we go. Pull that out. Tie a knot. Like so. Put a little tiny dab of glue on. Like that. I've then got a little tag that I've made. Like that, and I've got somewhere, I have got a writing stamp somewhere, I'm sure I have. Where have I put it? Here it is. And I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of writing on there. Go. Little tiny bit of writing and a small hole like so. I'm going to thread that through my little tag like that and tie that up. Like so, and then make a bit of a bow. Seem to be losing my capability of using my fingers in small areas. Right, okay, that's not a particularly good bow, is it? So let's just open it out a bit and try again. Yeah, that'll do, lovely. Okay, so that secures it now and it's not, shouldn't go anywhere. And then I did make some of these wax seals, but it's not wax, it's actually black black glue stick. And then I've just used some gilding wax to wax it up. Now again, I like to use glossy accents or the equivalent of glossy accents. Put a tiny bit on there. So the glossy accents I find is a really good glue for gluing things that don't normally glue down. But the product I use instead of glossy accents, can't say it, sorry, is Tri-Art's liquid glass. So it does exactly the same as glossy accents, but is so much cheaper. It is available on Amazon. There we go, and we'll plonk that down there just to give it a sort of finishing touch. Okay, these can come off now because that would have been well secure. And then on the other side here, where we've got this little tiny piece of ribbon, I've just gone and made a little tag to go on there as well as. So I'm going to do it slightly different to the other one. I'm just going to use a little bit of muslin or cheesecloth, like so. And I have made in a previous video some stamps that have got that I've laminated. If I can only, yeah, here we go. Ooh. There we go. So what I've done with this is laminated them and then cut them into little tags to just embellish some of my work. So pop a little hole, get a bulb clip, like so. Pop that in, pop that there, slide that in, like so, and hey presto, there's our little portfolio. Just take these paper clips off, like that, and then we can fold everything up. So that folds up, sorry, that folds up like that, that folds across like that, that folds up like that, that clips over like that, that clips over like that, and then we've got our little tag that will swing across like so and hold everything in place. Ta-da! Okay, so thank you, Linda, for the idea on how to utilise these large paper clips that my granddaughter passed to me. And there is our little portfolio, and all made from just some papers, some card, 12 by A4 card, and that's what we can make. So thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you have a go at doing it, and I'd love to see what you've managed to achieve. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And you can check me out on Instagram, Crafted by Norma, Facebook, Crafted by Norma, and my Etsy shop. And don't forget to hit the bell icon because that'll let you know when my next YouTube video is available. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.